All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors as a project great meal, so time the truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutation, Akma third. Scatter bars and fur on the earth. That's serving the truth and true sincerity. To I say Shalom. This has been the Bala. Come to another video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about these churches don't have the answers. And what sparked this video topic was a few nights ago I had a dream. And you know how dreams go. You know, you have different scenarios, you know, different events that happen in the dream. You know, you can jump from one event to another. So in this particular one, this was like the last scenario in the dream. I went back to my old church. I don't know why. That just what happened. So I went back to my old church, and when I went there, it was full. You know, the church was full of people. I seen my old pastor. You know, he was there, and then I seen, you know, a lot of people who used to go to the church. You know, a lot of, you know, the grown-ups, you know, used to go to the church. So while I'm there, and I walk in, you know, I see that it's full, and I see, you know, some people that I know, and they, you know, had a spot for me. They said I can sit right there. So I sit at the back. I'm sitting in the back of the church. So when I'm sitting in the back, the pastor, he was either, you know, giving his sermon or just talking. I can't remember what it was, but, you know, it was during that time, you know, where the pastor talks or whatever. But it was given like everybody was there, you know, for something. So he was saying what he was saying, and this man that I knew, he had said something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something. And I think it was along the lines of him asking, well, why is these things going on? You know, or, you know, like asking like, why? You know, I hear you talking about why are these things going on, and how does this kind of like tie in, you know, to the scripture? You know, because he was saying something, and the pastor said, what's the point of you bringing that up? You know, what's the point? You know, why are you asking that? You know, and then another man that I knew, he had said something, you know, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but I know he brought up the Republican and Democratic Party. Those are two things he brought up. You know, he basically saying the same thing, you know, asking like, you know, why? You know, why is, you know, what's the reason for this thing? And the past was getting like, what's the point of you saying that? Like, what point you trying to make? You know, and they basically was, you know, saying, well, we're making, these things are happening. Well, these things are happening in the world, but why? In the past, you didn't have the answer. So then as these two men said these things, and you see other people, they was raising their hands, and they, you know, they want to say and ask their questions. And the pastor said, no, we're not doing that. We're not about to be answering no questions or nothing like that. And what I took from that is that these pastors, they don't have the answers, man. Which we already know, but they don't. These churches, they don't have the answers. You know, because as times continue to get worse, you know, and things continue to keep happening, people are going to seek for answers, and they go to their so-called pastors and churches for some type of answers, but they don't receive anything, man. You know, all they gets told is make sure you pay your tithes, and the Lord gonna bless you, man. Well, I need to know what to do with all these things that's happening. They're not properly preparing the people. You know, so that's why the scriptures say this. This is Acts 7:48. It says, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in the temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will you build me, said the Lord, or what is the place of my rest?" Yeah, the Lord is not. He does not dwell in temples made with man's hands. Okay, the Spirit of the Lord is not in these churches, man. The Spirit of the Lord is with His men. You know. That's where you're going to get these answers from. You're not going to get these answers from these churches. They can't tell you anything because all these churches have a 501c3, which is a tax write-off. So they don't get taxed. And with that 501c3, they only can tell you certain stuff because I believe is funded, you know, through the government. So they can't tell you certain things, man. They're only allowed to tell you what they tell them to tell you. So when it comes to asking why the world is in the state that it's in, why these things happening in America, They can't tell you. Why? Because ultimately they don't know them damn selves. You know, it's not like they studied in the scriptures. But even if they did know, they wouldn't be able to tell you. You know, that's why from my apostle Arizona down, they've been saying stop going to these churches, man. They don't have the answers in it. But what do you see? Jake especially keep running their ass in there, especially when these churches are getting exposed, showing that they're all about the money, man. You got the thing that happened with Pastor Winans, man, and that lady. Then you had this other lady. I can't remember what the amount was. I think she said the guy has chosen or asked for at least 10 people to come give. I think she said 1,000 or 10,000. One of the two. I can't remember exactly the amount. Said she chosen 10 people to come do that. It's been your calling to do that. Trying to compel people to come give money, man. What do you need $1,000 and $10,000 for? What do you need that for? And what benefits that gonna do to the person that's giving it to you? What kind of blessing they gonna receive? Showing you that they just trying to get over on people, and they've been giving up people for years, man. But you got people like that lady when they interviewed her about when Pastor Wine said, she said, no, he wasn't calling me out, the pastor. He was very specific and just trying to come to his defense, man. But hey, man, our people love to have it, man. So it is what it is, you know. We already know the true people are gonna flock to the truth. And who's that gonna be? That's gonna be the elect. The elect is gonna flock to this truth. So I'm gonna grab this. Come over here to Acts 17 and 24. It says, Yahweh that made the whole Yahweh that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Yeah, just doubling down on the fact. The Lord is not, his spirit is not in these temples, man. The spirit is where, like the scriptures say, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, in the true name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, where 2 or 3 of the true men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are, that's where the spirit is, man. That's where you can receive answers from. And how can you get your answers? By what? By watching our videos, man. We're on the highways and byways, you know. Come listen. That's how you get the answers, man. But you're not going to get them from these churches. That's why the scriptures say, when you come over here to Isaiah 8 and 20, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there is no light in them. There's no light in these pastors, man. They're not speaking according to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They out here doing their own thing. You know? They out here trying to fill their pockets. That's what they trying to do. They're not here trying to edify you, man. Trying to tell you what you need to do so you can receive salvation. They're not telling you none of these things. Why these things are happening. Why the Northern Kingdom is why ICE is after the Northern Kingdom. Why Trump is doing the things that he's doing. They're not telling you none of these things. But we can. Because we have the answers. Why? Because we can filter these things through the scriptures, man. Scriptures say measure the time diligently. How do you do that? Through prophecy. So that's how we're able to measure these times. That's why we're able to know why these things are happening, what's going on, man. Through these scriptures. So I'm gonna grab this. This is 1 John 4:1. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going on in the world. Yeah, you got to try the spirits, man. How do you try the spirits? For one, you got to get into these scriptures, man. You got to study, you know, so you can have some type of understanding. So you hear certain things being said by these people. If it's not going along with what you know, if it's not the same thing that you heard before, and you know it's wrong, then you know they're a false prophet. That's how you try the spirits, man. We got to be the scriptures say you got to be in the same mind, on one accord. If they're speaking something differently that you never heard before, and you know that's not true, that's how you try these spirits. But these people in the world, they don't have that. They just, okay, yeah, all right, okay, because what? It feels good to them. Like the scripture say, prophets tell me smooth things. It's smoothing to them. You know, it makes them feel good. You know, that's what the churches do. The churches push that you can go out here all throughout the week, live how you want to live, do what you want to do, but as long as you come to church on that Sunday and make sure you pay your tithes, that you're going to be all good, that you're going to receive a blessing. That's not what the scriptures say, man. When you serve the Lord, there's a certain type of way you're supposed to live, man. And that's what we tell people over here. You can't just come serve the Lord and how you want to, do whatever you want to in this thing. No. You got to put off the old man. You got to become a new creature for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You can't be doing the things that you're doing in the world in this truth, man. You got to let some stuff go. But people in the world don't want to do these things. But watch. As things continue to ramp up and continue to get worse, people going to what? They're going to be looking for answers. And they're not going to be able to find them. Because when you had time, what did you do with it? You didn't want to listen. You didn't want to hearken. But we see now, well, what I took from that dream, that we're in a time where people are going to start asking a lot more questions. And people are going to be desiring the answers. People are going to be desiring the truth. But they're not going to be able to get it from the people they're going to be looking to. Because no one else has it. These pastors don't have it. The government not going to tell you. The president not going to tell you. These mayors and governors, they're not going to tell you. No one's going to tell you why these things are happening, what exactly is going on. The only are the true men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the men out here that are doing his will. Those are the men who's going to tell you these things. So unless you're in their presence and listening and learning from them, you're going to be out here assed out. So let me grab this. This is Amos 3:7. It says, surely the Lord will do nothing, but he reveals his secrets unto the service of prophets. Yeah, the Lord has revealed his secrets to the service of prophets, so that from the apostles and elders on down. We had the secrets of these scriptures. We understand these scriptures, man. So with us having the understanding of the scriptures, what? We're able to feed the sheep. We're able to feed the people. We're able to tell you what's going on, why these things are happening. We can link them up to the scriptures. We are able to do these things. That's what the Lord has given to his true men. So you have to come get the answers from us, man. There's no other place you can get these answers from. But what are people going to do? Because we don't even know. The only one who's going to come in is what? The elect. The rest of the people out of the world is too. 2/3 of Jacob is through. But they still have to hear it. Because what? This gospel has to be preached all throughout the four corners of the earth. Why? So it can reach the elect that's scattered abroad, and also to condemn the wicked. We're supposed to compel the righteous to come in and condemn the wicked. Everyone's going to hear this, but it's not for everyone to receive it. But yeah, you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get it nowhere else. So let me grab this and I'm gonna close out. This is Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yeah, and that's what we're supposed to do. You know, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, tell you exactly what's going on. And that's what we do over here in GMS, man. We give you the truth straight. We give you the truth straight, man. No gimmicks. None of that extra stuff you see going on from these other men. Straight. We tell you exactly what's going on. We tell you what the MOTB is, man. We tell you why the Northern Kingdom is going what they're going through. We tell you why the Southern Kingdom is about to go through what they go through. Jacob's trouble. Why America's on this downfall. Why all these wars are happening around the world. Why these uproars are happening amongst these people. Why there's so much division going on between nations of people. We're telling you why these things are going on. Because it's all fulfillment of Bible prophecy, man. And we don't charge for this. Give it to you free. Scriptures say, freely were you given, freely you receive, so freely give. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. We receive this truth freely from our apostles and the elders uploading the videos, man. By studying. by going out the highways and byways. So we do the same thing, man. We not charging you for no breakdowns. We not charging you to subscribe. None of that, man. We out here just telling you the truth, just doing the work like the Lord commanded us to, doing his will. And Yahweh Desire, we laying up for ourselves treasure in heaven. And Yahweh Desire, we making our calling and election sure, man. So that's it. The only place you can get these answers from is from the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close out by giving our praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakidash. Shalom.